What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, Amon's Toxic Gamble 331. Back at it with another review. And yesterday I was able to check out Killers of the Flower Moon in theaters. And yes, I know I'm a little later than all your other movie YouTubers. I know. It's just that I was busy this weekend. But before we get to the actual beginning of the review itself, guys, if you missed my previous toxic movie reviews I've done in the past, they're in a playlist on my YouTube channel if you'd like to check those out. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, we're on the road to 400 subscribers, just 31 away now. Really help out your boys if you did subscribe. That's because for people that have been watching my channel for a while and haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like the video if you do like my toxic movie reviews, because it will help with the YouTube algorithm and recommend the video more, and it will let me know that you guys like my toxic movie reviews. And if you missed the previous, did I already say that? If I already said this, sorry. If you missed my previous toxic movie reviews I've done in the past, they're in a playlist on my YouTube channel if you'd like to check that one out. And also do feel free to leave your thoughts of Killer of the Flower Moon down below. But with that being said, before we get into the actual review, let's give a quick plot synopsis, shall we? So, transition on Shazam. Members of the Osage Native American tribe of Osage County, Oklahoma, are murdered after oil is found on their land, and the FBI decides to investigate. Okay, I don't know why I went full Triple H then at the end, but with that being said, going into this movie, I saw the first trailer a long time ago. Like, I think the first time I saw the trailer was, I think it was Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I think that was the first time I saw the trailer. I'm not that very familiar with Martin Scorsese. I haven't seen most of his movies. Like, the only movie I've seen of his before going into this one was Hugo, which that's solid, and he does direct that one very well. Going into this one, I was excited to check it out because I thought the trailer looked phenomenal, and most people were pretty hyped up for this. Yeah, and it had a star-studded cast with Leonardo DiCaprio, Brendan Fraser, Robert De Niro, and yeah, it had me hooked. So then I heard, so a few days ago, my hype kind of dipped down because I saw how long the movie was, which it's 3.5, well, almost 3.5 hours long, which I went like, oh boy. So, yeah, and let's just get into actual review of what my thoughts were. Screw me, I just burped. Alright. As for the positives, the performances are the number one thing I think everybody has to talk about for their reviews. Leonardo DiCaprio as Ernest was great. Of course, he's one of the most acclaimed actors of all time. He's definitely on the Mount Rushmore. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. He delivers yet again as Ernest, even though one of my YouTube friends, Zach Milton, pointed this out. His character does this a lot. Like, with his chin out or whatever. I don't know what's going on there, but anyways, he's still, like, has a great acting performance as the character of Ernest. Probably my favorite performance of the movie, Lily Gladstone as Molly. I've never seen her in anything else before, but I thought she did phenomenal in this role, and I think she's definitely in line for an Oscar later this year, possibly, for Best Actress. Same goes for Leonardo DiCaprio as well for Best Actor. And then also this other performance, too, for Best Supporting Actor, and that is Robert De Niro as Ernest's uncle. Even though he does a great job as the role he's playing, even though he's a bit of a, even though seems like a very mean man that you hate, there's some certain charm about him going on through the movie that you kind of like him, but you still hate him at the same time, which I thought they did really good on. And I think, as I said before, I think he is definitely in line for maybe a best supporting actor role. And then that brings me to another possible Oscar nomination, and Martin Scorsese's directing. I think he definitely is probably going to win Best Director this year again. No surprise there. He did really great with this. Even though I only watched one of his previous movies, I thought he did great here. Another positive is the way it's shot, and its cinematography looks beautiful. The way they shot everything, it just comes off super clean, and probably one of the best shot movies this year, I would say. So that might be another Oscar nomination. I don't know. Another positive that I wasn't expecting, the gore for the kills, because in the title and in the trailers you saw basically killers of the Flower Moon, so we have some killers around or whatever. The kills I wasn't expecting to be as gory as they were, and like my mom had to look away a couple times because they were so gory, and I went ew. And they actually did pretty good on it. They didn't go CGI, they actually went with practical. I thought they did a good job on that. And yeah, the kills were pretty good. If you're if you are one person that is in for movies for carnage, candy / gore, this does have some gore in here. It's not a lot, but they do good on that. All the other appearances from actors as little side roles is another positive of mine. As I mentioned before, Brendan Fraser is in this movie. He has like only 10 minutes of screen time, but it was cool to see him in there. I was going like, yes, when he popped up. He has a pretty cool fun little role that he pops up in near the end. There's also some appearances from other actors. I'm not going to say who, just in case if you didn't know already, because Brendan Fraser we kind of all knew because we saw a glimpse of him in the trailer, so that's not really spoilers. But there's other actors that pop up in here as little side roles too that I thought did pretty good as well. It also does a great job at making you despise the people who are the killers of the Flower Moon, because this actually happens. They do despicable things, all the killers of the Flower Moons, and you just go, wow, I can't believe they did that. I hope they get what's coming to them. And they do a pretty good job of making you hate them. And as for the final positive of the movie, it paying nice tributes to the Native American culture. I think it does a great job of that, and I think Native Americans will love that for this, and they did really well on that. No mixed aspects this this review, but I do have one bad, and it's pretty much everyone's bad, on their reviews that I've seen so far. And you guessed it, it does not need to be 3.5 hours long. If this would have been trimmed down like maybe to just 3 hours, I would have been fine with that, maybe. Or 2 hours and 30 minutes. I would have probably said, this is a masterpiece, oh, it's flawless, and it might be one of the best movies of the year. But there's some scenes that you could take out, because it's 3 hours and 30 minutes long, almost. Which is just absolutely insane. It does drag at some certain points. That's another negative of mine. But it's just, they could have cut out some parts that I don't think were necessary for the story, or they could have at least sped it up a little bit, but they took its sweet time. So, with that being said, though, I still think this is a great movie this year. And with Killers of the Flower Moon, I am going to give this movie an A-. And if you're wondering, well, I'll give it on the toxic meter, I will give it a not toxic. It is not on the toxic scale. So that's a good thing. So it just barely edged that out. So Yeah. But before we get into the actual ending of the review itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, we're on the road to 400 subscribers. Just 31 away now. I really help out you boy if you did subscribe. I'll ask us for people that have been watching my channel for a while and haven't subscribed yet. Don't forget to like the video if you do like my toxic movie reviews, because it'll let me know that you guys do like my reviews, and it will help with the YouTube algorithm recommend the video more. Don't forget to ring the bell for all notifications and notification upload, because we do multiple uploads on the channel here every single day. Also, do share the video, because also, man, I got some more people join that toxic fam, and do feel free to comment your thoughts on Killers of the Flower Moon down below. But with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next one, everybody. Pop 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 pop. Peace out.